I'm Michael Leckie, and I help organizations build the human capabilities that transform them for good.
I'm Mark Bowden. I'm an expert in human behavior and body language, help people all over the world to stand out, win trust, gain credibility every time they communicate. And Michael Leckie, what do we do together?
Together, we help great leaders become transformational leaders. And today we're going to talk about one of the things that gets in the way of becoming a transformational leader. And quite frankly, that's that before you were a great leader, before you were a CEO, you always had a CEO to talk to and to talk things through with. The problem is now that you're in that chair, it's different. There's different expectations. The people, maybe many of whom were your peers, if you're promoted from within inside the organization, or people that you're new to meeting, but you can no longer just talk through half-baked ideas with them. You have to bring something more to the table, or they're going to have some kind of almost mental whiplash. I mean, Mark, what's your experience with this?
Yeah, so we see this with clients all the time, especially ones who are trying to create, a digital business, a really new business model, transform companies. It's holding those two things at the same time. It's being able to come to a senior meeting where people want to know that you've thought about these things and you have a great idea or a strong belief or sets of experience around this, or you've looked at the data. They don't want you to be that kind of thinker that feels like they're making it up in the room. That was fine for some of those let's just spitball it kind of meetings. They need that leader who they feel they can really get behind. Now, at the same point, and Michael Leckie, you are always a master at this, it's about being able to hold the not knowing at the same time and be really open about that, because you're going to be in meetings, there is going to be a real element of you don't know. They know that, you know that, they know that, and all the way down the line. And unless you're honest about what you don't know, and unless you are truly honest about what you are convicted of and what you believe, it's not the leader for the modern business today. But look, Michael, what are your thoughts on this?
I couldn't agree more, obviously, and thank you for quoting me back to me. That's always fun. But you're right. I mean, people don't realize there's a term I've used called the know nothing leader. People actually don't know the kind of preparation and thoughtfulness that goes into not knowing. The ability to come in and not know something with confidence, to leave the things that are clearly questions, because we're talking now not about leading just through running a company and even growing a company. We're talking about transforming a company. And when you're doing that, you are, by definition, moving into the unknown, and yet it can't be chaos. And so you have to know things. So you have to have a place where you can talk it through, where you can think it through, where you can get your unknowing, where you can perfect your ignorance to the point that it needs to be taken to your team and show them vulnerability and yet confidence, that shows them humility and yet courage. And that's something that's really hard to do on your own. So I guess the question it begs is, where can you do that? Mark, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, it's really hard to find a place to do that, because not only have you got to perfect that unknowing, but also you've got to perfect what you believe. You got to test out your conviction. You got to test that out with people who might be able to call you out on that conviction. Look, maybe you got mates, maybe you got your best friends, maybe you got people who you sit and have, garden drinks with, or maybe you got family who will hold you account to that, but maybe you just don't. And my guess is you can't rely on your senior leadership team to do that with you. You're meant to be leading them right now. So look, that is one of the things that we do for our clients. Sit down with them regularly, certainly once a week minimum, okay? And hold them to account on the not knowing, but also hold them to account on what they should really know, which is not that stuff of the data. Other people can handle that. It's the stuff of the belief system. Michael, tell us a little bit more about what that looks like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you want to perfect a really brilliant not knowing, and if you want to be in a place where you have a safe space in which you can talk, practice, think, get ready, run it through, be like you're on that stage, then that's what we're here for. We take on Very, very limited clients, very few, probably 3 to 4 within any given year. And we spend a lot of time with you. We build a connection, we build a relationship. We become that safe space. We become that harbor. We become that stage. We become that practice room. We become that dojo. Any metaphor you want to come up with is probably we've done some version of that. And it's different for everyone. But what we know is we do this for 2 reasons. It works and we love it. This is something that we discovered doing together, how powerful it was and the impact it had. And the recommendation was you've got to do more of it. Well, there's only so much we can do. But if you think you might be the kind of person that you want us to do this with, or you know somebody like that, we'd love to have a conversation. Just reach out. The information is all there at the bottom of the screen and elsewhere on the site here or on the YouTube page, wherever you're accessing it from. Get a hold of us. Let's have a conversation, explore the idea, see if it's a mutual fit, and we'll tell you all about it.